What's up everyone, Dylan back at it again for another Last Month in BMW, where we cover all the BMW news that's been happening last month, which in this case was January of 2025. So let's see how the year kicked off for BMW in this episode of Last Month in BMW. With all the BMW recalls that have been happening in China, the Asian nation has been hit pretty hard, but BMW CEO Oliver Zipse says China is an enormous importance. He then went on to say, and let me make sure I get this right, "To understand what will move the world tomorrow, you have to anticipate what is happening in China." I mean, China is the company's largest market, but doesn't it just hurt a little? The once prideful German company now feels at home in China. I guess the rest of us really just don't matter? BMW, made in China. Despite not having as much love on this side of the globe, US BMW sales have actually hit record levels for the German company. For the second year in a row, BMW sales have increased with 371,346 vehicles sold, which is a 2.5% increase over 2023. Did you get a new BMW in 2024? If so, let us know what it was in the comments below. I've mentioned the Neue Klasse quite a few times by now, but normally when I am, I'm talking about the exterior styling or the EV specs. But BMW since the early 2000s has been known for their iDrive system, but recently they've unveiled the new iDrive 10 or iDrive X, which will be debuting first in the upcoming iX3. The main 17.9-inch screen will sit closer to the driver and be highly customizable. iDrive X will also include a panoramic screen, more on that in the next section, and an optional 3D heads-up display, and no iDrive controller. Sorry. While BMW has stated that this is first coming out to the Neue Klasse EVs, they have also stated that it will be rolling out for the evil combustion engines soon as well. Power of choice! So, what do you think about the new iDrive system? How do you feel about there being no iDrive controller? Sound off in the comments below. Power of choice! As mentioned in the previous story, BMW's new iDrive X will feature a pillar-to-pillar screen, sort of. This is actually going to be a projection, and it will replace your gauge cluster. That's right, no more gauge cluster. The driver's side will feature 3 tiles that will display the normal gauge-like information. On the other side of the display, you can customize it as you would like and select the widgets you want from the main iDrive screen. You can also turn off most of it as well if you want a more minimalistic approach. One of the coolest features about this display is that it will support wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and you'll be able to use those 6 tiles on the far side to show whatever supported features from your phone that you want. What will you be putting there? Rolls-Royce is definitely not something most of us will be owning anytime soon. Shoot, even renting one is costly. However, the high-end luxury brand has hit its 3rd highest sales year in 2024, with 5,712 vehicles sold. The 2nd highest year was 2022 with 6,021 sold, and the highest was 2023 with 6,032 sold. Alpina recently came out and said they would not be focusing on EVs because that's not what their customers want. However, Rolls-Royce has stated that they will go full electric by 2030. So, do you think maybe these sales numbers are increasing because people want to buy up all these internal combustion engines before they're gone? Speculation, but who knows? What do you think the reason is? Let us know in the comments below. It looks like it's time to wave goodbye to gesture controls. I didn't even realize they've been out for 10 years now, but BMW says voice commands are the way to go. In a way, this makes sense because a lot of people talk to their phones now to get them to do what they want anyway, and BMW does say that it's safer to keep your hands on the wheel instead of off the wheel, so, okay, I gotta give them that. Let's face it, BMW also says that a lot of people don't use this feature, and I wouldn't be surprised if a few BMW owners out there didn't even realize they had gesture controls. The next BMW Intelligent Personal Assistant will feature a large language model that will learn as it goes with human interaction. So yes, Dave, HAL 9000 will always be listening. Another way that BMW plans to keep your hands on the wheel is with a host of buttons featured on the wheel itself. Now, while the scientific calculator approach hasn't exactly worked for other vehicle manufacturers in the past, perhaps BMW could pull it off. It's no secret that I tend to partake in a little BMW bashing from time to time, but I hold the company to a higher standard, and when they deviate from that, well, little old me talking about it is gonna make a huge difference. Well, regardless of all the recalls and factors, BMW was crowned the world's best-selling automaker for 2024. Despite the lower sales numbers, BMW outsold Mercedes by over 200,000 units, and definitely outsold Audi at almost 530,000 units. Now, for all the detailed sales numbers, you can go check out the story linked in the description of this video. We'll also include all the links to the other stories we've been talking about in this video. But what was your favorite BMW of 2024? Let us know in the comments below. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little excited when I saw this next story that BMW CEO Oliver Zipse may be stepping down in 2026. Now, while he has helped the company reach records it never has before, the replacing humans with robots, giving people the power of choice while subsequently taking away certain choices, and focusing on certain markets such as China and not others really hasn't sat so well with me, and apparently a lot of you commenting feel the same. Another reason he may be stepping down is his age. Apparently BMW has a 60-year age limit when it comes to upper management. So while you might not be able to run BMW, you can run an entire... Never mind. Anyway, BMW normally does promote from within its ranks, and while they do have a few candidates in mind, nothing has been decided yet, and that makes sense because we still have plenty of time before a decision has to be made. Let's finish on more of a high note. Sort of. You know the M3, you know the M3 CS, and more recently, you know the M3 Touring, or wagon as we call it here in the States. But now, BMW is introducing the first ever M3 CS Touring. It's got a new face, the S58 engine with 543 horsepower, propelling the car from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds, and a simply gorgeous interior. For the downsides, it only shaves off 33 pounds from the regular boring old M3 Touring. Still, no carbon fiber roof, and it's not coming to the United States. Surprise, surprise. And that wraps up January of 2025, concluding this episode of Last Month in BMW. Which was your favorite story? Let us know in the comments below. Again, if you want to read more about these stories, they're all linked in the description of this video. But as always, for more tips and tricks, product reviews, and so much more for BMWs, Mini Supers, and now Teslas, make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell. Want to know what's happening first? Head on over to our website and sign up for our newsletter. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Thanks for watching.